Yes, good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, what we started in the last class? Can anybody tell me? Okay, before that one, I wanted to clarify that. So in the last class, we were discussing about the MCQs, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hmm.
sir.
In that, there was one question. The civil engineer cannot do a role of dash. Okay. So in that point, I have told you that is arbitrator. Are you remembering?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So just make a correction that. So there was an option. Option is one is, wait, I will stop sharing. I will open that one only. PPT था ना वो. So there was option that is valuer, a civil architecture, next arbitrator. The option is arbitrator नहीं वो उसका architecture है. Okay, wait a minute, I will show that. Two. एक मिनट. Have you downloaded? Have you checked your वो MCQ check किया सभी लोग? चेक किया क्या नहीं? You have not checked. Okay. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this one we have seen the study of something without making the actual contact of the object of study is nothing but remote sensing. Okay, you have to download this PPT and you have to write all these questions in your assignment notebook. After completing the first assignment, you write all these questions in your assignment notebook. So before exams, अभी unit test 1 आ रहे हैं. Unit test 1 में important questions क्या है? ये सारे MCQs है. There are 50 to 60 MCQs. You have to go through all these MCQs. ओके, ये लिखने का है, इसमें से आएगा आपको. ठीक है? यस, गिव रिस्पांस. एम आई ऑडिबल?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
एनी डाउट रिगार्डिंग द यूनिट टेस्ट 1?
सर असाइनमेंट सबमिट कधी करायच्यात?
असाइनमेंट लिखा है ना सभी लोग?
हाँ, yes, sir. लिखा है.
Okay, I will give one link. Okay, in your teaching diary, I will upload that link so that you can open that link and you have to submit. PDF करने का आपका assignment, PDF करके उसमें submit करने का. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
I will upload that link today. Okay, so ये सभी MCQs भी आप लिखने का है. अब ये this is not mandatory. The assignment में submit मत करो. Just write your assignment and submit it, and afterwards you can write these MCQ in your booklet. So exam के पहले study करने का आपको अच्छा हो जाएगा. So don't keep it as a soft copy. Soft copy ऐसे रखे तो exam के पहले पढ़ाई बराबर नहीं होता. So better क्या करने का? You have to write it in your notebook. Okay?
सर
हाँ.
असाइनमेंट सबमिशनची लास्ट डेट काय आहे?
असाइनमेंट सबमिशन का मैंने लास्ट डेट नहीं दिया था, सो आई विल गिव 2 more days. आज मंडे है ना, सो 26 जनवरी. ओके, सो 26 जनवरी, सो 27 को आपको एग्जाम है ना, यूनिट टेस्ट 1.
Yes, sir.
So before unit test 1 you have to submit, you have to write all these MCQ also. all these MCQ you have to write.
और मैं जो क्वेश्चन है वो लिखने हैं क्या?
क्या बोले?
और मैं जो क्वेश्चन है वो लिखने हैं?
हाँ, राइट इट एंड कीप इट फॉर यू. सो ये लिख के रखिए. तो अभी असाइनमेंट में मत लिखो. असाइनमेंट 1 पूरा सॉल्व करो. सॉल्व करके लिंक सबमिट करो क्लिक में. बाद में आप लिख सकते हो. ओके.
यस सर.
हाँ, बिकॉज एग्जाम के पहले स्टडी करने का आपको इजी हो जाएगा इसके लिए. See, I have given all the answers. Okay, just I wanted to show that there was minor correction. Can you tell me what is this? The main portion of the road surface which is used by the vehicle or traffic is known as?
Carriageway.
Okay, carriageway. Answers are carriageway, shoulder, expressways, all the above. Carriageway is answer. Next, following is not the scope of civil engineering. Yes, this one I wanted to discuss. Is not the scope. Design and construction of building, design and construction of irrigation structure, control of air pollution and water pollution, design of construction of automobiles. Which one?
Design and construction of
Automobiles is not a scope of civil engineering. Okay, good. Next. A civil engineer cannot play a role of structural designer, valuer, architect, arbitrator. So which one is the answer?
Arbitrator.
इनिशियली मैंने बोला था इसका आंसर आर्बिट्रेटर बोल के. ओके, सो दैट वाज अ स्मॉल मिस्टेक फ्रॉम माय साइड. सो इट इज आंसर इज आर्किटेक्टर. सी, व्हेनेवर यू टेक एनी लार्ज टाइप ऑफ बिल्डिंग्स, ओके, उसका एलिवेशन चाहिए तो आर्किटेक्चर चाहिए तो सिविल इंजीनियर कैन नॉट डू. ही कैन डू सम लिमिट. ओके, बट बियॉन्ड दैट वन सिविल इंजीनियर कैन नॉट डू. बट व्हाट इज आर्बिट्रेटर? मतलब अभी देखो आपका एक प्लॉट है. हाँ, वो कुछ तो डिस्प्यूट हो गया. ओके, यू कैन कंसल्ट बैंक. ओके, बैंक में क्या करते हैं, आपको एक नोटिस दिया, सेकंड नोटिस दिया, इफ यू आर नॉट रिस्पॉन्डेड, उन्होंने क्या करते, बैंक वाला एक आर्बिट्रेटर के पास जाते. हु इज आर्बिट्रेटर? ही इज ए सिविल इंजीनियर. ओके, वो थ्रू सिविल इंजीनियर लीगल का जो लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट रहता ना, वो डॉक्यूमेंट उनको पार्टी को भेजते. ओके, मींस सिविल इंजीनियर कैन डू अ वर्क ऑफ आर्बिट्रेटर आल्सो. Okay, so actually in the last class I told, so that was not an option, but now so civil engineer can do a part of work of arbitrator also. Okay, so he can do designer, he can do valuer, he can do arbitrator also, but he cannot do work of architect. So now you have to remember, civil engineer cannot play a role of which one? That is architecture is correct answer. So some extent he can do, but beyond that one, he cannot do elevation and all. He cannot do elevation. Okay, so that's why. But arbitrator, he can do arbitrator. सभी को समझ में आ गए ये point?
Yes, sir.
So this point I wanted to discuss with you. That's why I opened these slides. Next. Can anybody tell me branch of engineering which deals with planning, designing, estimation, execution, maintenance of structures like buildings, roads, railways, dams? Civil engineer, mechanical engineer, IT engineer, electrical engineer. Who will do?
Civil engineer.
Okay. Next, design of structural elements of building is the application of structural elements. Okay, he is given structural elements of buildings. Structural engineer, environmental engineer, highway engineer, irrigation engineer.
Structural
engineer. Next, identify the structural elements of building: slab, beam, column, all.
All of the above.
Next, dash deals with the study of properties and behavior of soil under the loading and changing the conditions. Structural engineer, environmental engineer, geotechnical engineer,
Geotechnical engineer.
Geotechnical engineer. Next, DALS deals with the study of fluid at rest or motion. Yes, structural engineer, fluid mechanics, highway engineer, irrigation engineer.
Fluid
Fluid mechanics. Next, dash deals with the construction of railways, railway tracks. It also deals with the fixing the alignment construction of cross drainage work. Structural engineer, fluid mechanics, highway engineer, and railway engineering.
Railway engineering.
Railway track is related to railway engineer. Next, dash deals with the design and construction of runways, control towers, terminal buildings, hangars. Structural engineer, fluid mechanics, airport engineering, railway engineering.
Airport engineering.
Airport engineer, runways, control towers, terminal buildings comes under airport engineer. Okay. Next, design of fluid machines, turbines, and pumps is the application of structural engineering, fluid mechanics, highway engineering, and railway engineering.
Fluid
Fluid
mechanics.
machines will come under fluid mechanics. Okay. Next, dash deals with the design and construction of water treatment and wastewater treatment plants. Structural engineering, environmental engineering, geotechnical engineering, irrigation engineering.
Environmental engineering.
In this case, the dash design and deals with the design and construction of water treatment plant. इतना ही है तो that is water supply engineering. Only water treatment plant आए तो water supply engineering. In case wastewater treatment plant आए तो that is sanitary engineering. Clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
If it is both water supply and wastewater दोनों आए तो environmental engineering. Okay. Okay. Environmental engineering deals with water supply, sanitary, environmental pollution, all of the above.
All of the above.
So water supply means only water supply engineering. Okay, water का deal करते ना, that is only water supply. Wastewater का deal करते, that is called as sanitary engineering. So if there is a air pollution, okay, that is comes under the air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, all will come under environmental pollution. So environmental engineering means it is included all the things: water supply engineering, wastewater engineering, air pollution, noise pollution, sound pollution will come under environmental engineering. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, dash deals with the construction of dams, canals, structural engineering, environmental engineering, geotechnical engineering, water resource engineering.
Water resource
engineering. See, ये सभी आपने आपके नोटबुक में लिख के रखे तो एग्जाम के पहले 1 घंटा पहले आप आराम से और एक बार रिवीजन कर सकते हैं ना?
Yes, sir.
So better एक बार लिख के रखो so that all the questions आपके मन में याद रहते. Dash is the art and science of determining the terrestrial or three-dimensional position of points and distances and angles between them. Structural engineering, environmental engineering, surveying, and irrigation engineering.
Surveying.
Okay. Answer is surveying. Dash refers to the gathering and processing of information about the Earth's environment and its natural and cultural resources through the aerial photography, satellite scanning, highway engineering, environmental engineering, remote sensing, and irrigation engineering.
Remote sensing.
Okay, all these are definitions. Okay, definitions. Design of foundation for the machineries is the relevance of civil engineering with computer engineering, mechanical engineering, IT engineering, electrical engineering.
Mechanical engineering.
Okay. Construction of transmission towers is the relevance of computer engineering, mechanical engineering, IT engineering, electrical engineering.
Electrical engineering.
Provide data for making the software in the field of civil engineering is the relevance of. Actually, this is a question just wrong हो गया. It means only relevance of इतना ही आना चाहिए था वो. Answer is computer science engineering हो गया. But इन्होंने क्या कहते हैं? Relevance of computer science engineering with मतलब it will be civil engineering हो जाएगा. Try to understand this problem. Question: provide the data for making the software in the field of civil engineering. Civil engineering field में software बनाना है तो it is the relevance of computer engineering with computer engineer आके कहाँ पर काम करते हैं? That is civil engineering बोल के. But actually there is a small confusion in the question only. इतना ही relevance तक होना चाहिए था. Relevance तक आए तो आंसर computer science engineering होएगा. Computer engineering with पूछा ना, इसके लिए with civil engineering आ गया. Next, dash is the role of civil engineering. Preparation of layout, preparation of plan, both, none.
Both
A and B. Dash is the role of civil engineering. Taking the approval for plan, structural design, preparing the estimate, all the above.
All the above.
Civil engineer can do all the above. Next, dash is going to resolve disputes related to land. Yes. Carpenter, painter, arbitrator, and none of the above. Arbitrator. Actually, today I was discussing with other faculty also. Initially, so before your batch, there was a role of civil engineering as an arbitrator. एक आपका सिलेबस में नोट पॉइंट था. So उसी टाइम वो क्वेश्चन पेपर में आया था वो. Okay, civil engineer cannot do a role of dash ऐसा बोल के. Okay, these questions were asked in your university in the previous years. उसी टाइम पे आर्बिट्रेटर सिविल इंजीनियर का जॉब ऐसे आर्बिट्रेटर ऐसे सिलेबस में था, इसके लिए वो क्वेश्चन आ रहे थे. अभी आर्बिट्रेटर का जॉब क्या है? ही कैन रिजॉल्व डिस्प्यूट्स ऑफ एनी लैंड. ओके, आपको प्लॉट का कुछ इशू वगैरह है तो ही कैन सॉल्व. आर्बिट्रेटर. आंसर इज आर्बिट्रेटर. नेक्स्ट, dash is consisting of superimposed layers of selected and processed materials whose primary function is distribute the applied vehicle load to the subgrade. Highway pavement, shoulder, curb, berms.
Highway
pavement.
Highway pavement. 1 minute. Okay, dash is a structure consisting of superimposed layers of selected and processed materials whose primary function is to distribute the applied vehicle load to the subgrade. Okay, road के ऊपर जो vehicle load आ रहा है ना, वो load is transferred to the subsequent layers. It is a work of which one? Highway pavement, shoulder, curb,
Highway
pavement. Okay, pavement means it include all the things. Next, dash are the main highways running through the length and breadth of India, connected to the major parts, foreign highways, capital of large states and large industrial and tourist centers. Yes, what will be national highway, state highway, other district road, and major district roads.
National highway.
Running throughout the length and breadth of India means national highway. They are arterial roads of a state connecting up with the national highways of adjacent states, district headquarters, and important cities within the state. Can you tell me answer?
State highway.
Yes, within the state means it is state highway. Answer is state highway. Next, important roads within the district serving areas of production and markets, connecting those with each other or with the major highways. Yes, whenever within the district and serving an area of production. Production means major district road, minor district road, national highway, state highway.
Major
district road. Yes, major district road. Okay, whenever there is a serving areas of production, ayato. Okay, major district roads. Okay. Next, dash serving rural areas of production and providing them with the outlet to the market or other important roads like MDR or state highway. Okay, here rural areas of production आया तो. So what is rural areas of production आया तो? National highway, state highway, other district road. Other district road. Next, they are routes of connecting villages, group of villages with each other, or to the nearest road of a highway, higher category like ODR or major district roads. Okay. They are connecting to the villages. Villages means what? Which roads? Village roads.
Village
Okay.
road.
Village roads. Next, a road or railway line or canal is normally raised into an embankment made of complete compacted soil, typically clay or rock based. To avoid a change in level required by a terrain is called as road in cutting, road in embankment, both, none. See what is asked. Road, railway line or canal is normally raised. Raised है ना? Raised है तो क्या लिखने का?
Road in embankment.
Road in embankment. Okay. Next, the area of land acquired for construction and development of road along the alignment is called as along the alignment. Area of land acquired for construction, entire construction को road आए तो camber बोलते क्या? Curb बोलते क्या? Right of way और side drain.
Right of way.
Right of way. Okay, entire road कितना है ना? वो सभी को कितना बोलते हैं? क्या बोलते हैं? Right of way. The portion of roadway constructed for movement of vehicular traffic is called as camber, carriageway, right of way, side drain. That is carriageway. Next, dash serves as parking lanes for vehicles in case of emergency. Yes, during the emergency, which part will take the as the emergency? Yes, what is the options? Camber, shoulder. Shoulder. The portion of a land width left in between the toe of the road embankment and inner side of the side drain. Answers are camber, shoulder, right of way, berm. Answer is berm. Berm is the portion of a land width left between the toe of the road embankment and the inner edge of the side drains. Next, the banks constructed from the surplus excavated earth on the side of a road cutting parallel to its alignment is known as surplus excavated soil. मतलब camber, curve, spoil bank and side drain.
Spoil bank.
Next, the boundaries between the pavement and shoulders or footpath are known as camber, curve, right of way, side drain.
Curve.
Boundaries between the pavement and shoulders are is nothing but curve is answer. The reduced level of finish. Okay, the reduced level of finished surface of earth is known as formation level, curve, right of way, side drain.
Formation
level.
Reduced level means that is top surface. Okay, formation level. Next, dash is the top 500 mm of the embankment immediately below the top of the pavement and is made up of in situ material. Select soil or stabilized soil that forms the foundation of a pavement. Okay, means so pavement का ये एक मिनट है. So this is a okay embankment रहता. So इनमें से what is asked, he is taken top 500 mm embankment. So this is the total top 500 mm. Okay, so top 500 mm embankment immediately below the bottom of the pavement. So here क्या है इधर pavement है. Okay, so a pavement के below 500 mm there will be soil. It is made up of in situ material. In situ मतलब site material, मतलब soil material. Okay, soil material. Selected soil or stabilized soil that forms the foundation of pavement. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? ऐसे बोल रहे हैं. That is base course, sub base course, subgrade or subgrade. That is called as, this is subgrade. Okay, that is subgrade. Clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Next, dash is the top course of the asphalt pavement, sometimes called as bearings course. It is constructed in the dense graded HMA. Okay, HMA is एक मिनट है बोलते हैं. Okay, so the top surface of the course, asphalt, top surface को क्या बोलते हैं? Is it base course, sub base course, subgrade or surface course?
Surface course.
Surface course. Okay, so top surface को surface course बोलते हैं. It is HMA means high macadam asphalt. High macadam asphalt. Next question में है वो. Dash is the asphalt layer below the surface course. Surface course के below क्या रहते हैं? That is base course, sub base course, surface subgrade or binder course.
Base
Which one is it?
base course.
Base course. Okay, surface के नीचे base course. Next उसके नीचे क्या करते हैं? Sub base. Next is
Sub base
subgrade.
course.
Civil engineer deals with the basic needs of life except air, water, shelter, electricity. That is electricity. Okay, we are dealing air pollution, that is related to air, water pollution or water supply, that is related to water. We are building structures, that is nothing but shelter हो गया. But civil engineer cannot do electricity work. Okay. A civil engineer cannot play a role of structural designer, valuer, architect and arbitrator. What is the answer?
Architect.
Yes, architect. Here arbitrator है, so this is not an arbitrator, this is actually architect. Okay, एक मिनट. Okay, so just make a correction. Okay, it is not a architect, it is not a arbitrator, it is architect. Okay, you just make a correction. Okay, so civil engineer has not to play role of construction of house, surveying, design of frame structure and electrification of building.
Electrification
Electrification of building you cannot do. Okay. Next, following is not the branch of civil engineering: environmental, irrigation, transportation and architecture. Architecture is not a branch of engineering. Okay. Following is the branch of civil engineering: mechanical, electrical, environmental, none. Environmental is the branch of. Okay, so these are the 52 questions. Okay, for your unit test, I will ask the questions from any 10 from these 52 questions only. Okay, you have to be very thorough with all these questions. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt to anybody? किसी को doubt है क्या?
No, sir.
Shall we start to the next chapter? So in the last class we have started, correct? ये chapter start किया था ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible with full screen?
No,
Okay.
full screen.
Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
So now let us start with the second unit. So this is the syllabus in your notebook. So after completing your first unit notes complete होने के बाद give 3-4 lines page छोड़ दो. So in that 3/4 line में you write all these MCQs. After completing first unit notes, you have to write all the MCQs. Okay, मैंने अभी 52 क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस किया देना, वो सारे क्वेश्चंस उसमें लिख दो, विथ आंसर्स लिख दो, सो दैट आपको स्टडी करते टाइम आपको ना एवरीडे यू कैन स्टडी दोस MCQs. Okay, don't write in the assignment notebook, write it in your class notebook. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Class notebook में लिख दो. Okay, that is better. Next, so afterwards you have to start with second unit. What is second unit? That is environmental engineering, water resource engineering and infrastructure. So this is the biggest unit in your among 4. Okay, because he has taken environmental engineering, he has taken water resource engineering, infrastructure, hydrology, everything he has taken. See, this is a syllabus you have to write. Okay, all of you have to write this one. Environmental engineering, water treatment system, effluent treatment system, solid waste management, sustainable development, calculation of carbon emission, source of water, hydrology, dams, storage, reservoirs, various modes of transportation, roads, railways, bridges, tunnels, docks, harbors, introduction to intelligent transportation system, and interdisciplinary applications. So all this syllabus you have to write. In the starting लिखे थे ना आपने चारों यूनिट का syllabus लिखे है ना?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, same thing you can copy it. Okay, before starting the unit. We have discussed this also. Why treatment of water treatment system is necessary. So henceforth, whenever there is a water treatment plant, I will call it is WTP. WTP मतलब
Water treatment
Water
system.
treatment
one is
plant.
STP. STP means sewage treatment plant. Okay, sewage means wastewater. Okay, sewage means wastewater. STP and WTP I will call it. So whenever you want to establish a WTP, water treatment plant, why it is necessary? So first of all, we need to kill the pathogen germs. Water में raw water में pathogens रहते. Okay, there will be germs. We have to remove those pathogenic germs because they are going to harm the living beings. Okay, they are going to they are harmful to the human health. To remove the unpleasant and objectionable taste and odor. In case water may there are unpleasant and objectionable taste and water odor रहते. So we need to remove that bad taste and odor. That's why we have a WTP. Next, to remove the dissolved gases and color of the water. In case, what is the color of the water?
Colorless.
Colorless.
If the water is colorless, then that is good for that is fit for drinking. If the water is color, okay, that is not good for health or not, that is not good for drinking. Okay, always the water should be colorless. If it is having any dissolved gases, then we have to remove the dissolved gases and color of the water. We should do a water treatment plant, WTP. Next, to make the water fit for domestic, industrial and commercial use. So we have to make the WTP. To remove microorganisms and colloidal metals. If the water is having some microorganisms and colloidal metals, so in order to remove them, we have WTP. This one we have discussed in the last class, correct? So there are environmental engineering. This environmental engineering deals water supply and disposal of wastewater. Okay, air pollution also, some pollution control. So first one is water supply engineering. Water supply engineering deals with collection of water, storage of water, treatment of water, supply of water, and supply to the community, drinking and industrial use for the community. It also deals with the construction and maintenance of a treatment plant. Okay, so this entire will come in the treatment plant. Next, sanitary engineering. What is this sanitary engineering? Deals with wastewater or industries or domestic waste. Wastewater comes from industry also. This wastewater comes from the domestic also. From the industries like your color industry or your sugar industry. Okay, big plant रहता ना. So from the big plants you can expect there is wastewater and also domestic waste also. So our kitchen waste, toilet waste, okay, bathroom waste, all this will be having wastewater. We have to handle that one. We have to give the treatment. That collection of wastewater, treatment and disposal. This entire deals with sanitary engineering. Next, environmental pollution. So in this environmental pollution, you will study water pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, and also land pollution. This, what is the causes and remedial measures you will study. Okay, how it is going to cause and how what is effect on the environmental you will study. This one you have seen. Next, there is one more is solid waste management. This solid waste management में क्या करते हैं? Collection of waste, that is which waste? Solid waste. Okay, collection of solid waste. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Solid waste में क्या करते हैं? Collection of solid waste. Different methods are. Okay, there are different methods. You will study later. But first, you will do collection. How to collect the solid waste. Classification. Okay, whether it is a biodegradable or non-biodegradable, you have to classify. Then reuse and recycle. Whether the collected solid waste is it reusable hai kya nahi, recycling hai kya nahi. Okay, that we have to do, and afterwards you have to do the disposal. There are four main basic steps in solid waste management. First one is, yes, tell me, collection. Next one is classification. Next is reuse and recycle. Next one is disposal. Next, application of environmental engineering, where we can use the applications of environmental engineering in the design of water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant. Okay, so in order to construct the water treatment plant or STP or WTP, their environmental engineering is coming into picture. Construction and maintenance of water supply and wastewater lines. See, in the first one is treatment plant, means it consists of all the different components. Second one is treatment WTP and STP supply lines. Lines means the collections, the conduit, the pipeline. Okay, so WTP से water treatment plant से treatment होने के बाद treatment plant से आपको घर को supply करने का ना, so कैसे supply करते? So he is using one line, so that line is called as water supply line. Okay, उसमें ही हम environmental engineering use करने का. Then collection of solid waste. So this environmental engineering comes into picture in solid waste collection. Possibilities of recycling and reuse. So how to do the recycling and how to do the reuse, there the environmental will come into picture. Is it clear? Environmental engineering?
Yes, sir.
Yes. These are the some of the parameters. Okay, so for drinking water, so whenever you are drinking the water, so these are the physical parameter and these are the chemical parameter. So in the physical parameters, okay, you will just to understand your purpose. So what are these one and what are these one? Okay, so when you are coming to the higher study, there is one subject called as environmental engineering 1 or water supply engineering. There you will study in detail. Okay, what is turbidity, what is color, what is taste and odor, how these are measured. Okay, so there are some desirable limit. If the turbidity is less than 10 ppm, then it is okay. Up to 25 we can use, but beyond that one we cannot use. Okay, these are some of the IS codal provisions. Okay, so color, it should be always less than 10. Taste and water, unobjectionable, there should not be any taste and there should not be any odor. If it is there, then that is removed. pH, what will be the range of the pH of the drinking water, total dissolved solids. Okay, all these things. Just आपको ये याद रखने के लिए जरूरत नहीं, just you should know what are the parameter. Physical parameter कौन कौन सा है? Turbidity, color, taste and water. Then remaining is pH, total dissolved solids, total hardness, chloride, sulfate, fluoride, nitrate, calcium, iron. You are studying in chemistry, correct? All these points.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, all these points you are studying in chemistry. So here we will study how water is treated. Okay, अभी river से, so initially water is flowing in, where it is flowing. So this is river, correct? So this is river. So river से कहाँ पर use कर रहे हैं हम? So this is taken into the where we are taking. This is dam, correct? No. So this is dam. The water is stored here. Okay, this is water. Okay, so entire water is stored here. So from this water dam, so dam, it will act as a what? It will act as a what is this? Resource of reservoir. Okay, so from the river water is transported to reservoir. Okay, from the reservoir, okay, we have to take it into the treatment plant. Okay, so what are the different steps in the treatment plant? First one is screening. So raw water is taken from the resources or reservoir. Reservoir से screening W. This is entirely it is treatment plant WTP. Okay, WTP it is conventional water treatment plant layout. First is screening. Okay, here water is screened. Okay, in case water is having macro particles or wooden pieces or plastics, any suspended particles you can call, those will be removed here. Okay, macro particles are removed in the screening stage. Next, from the screening it is brought to the coagulation part. Here the micro particles, here we are removed macro particles. Here micro particles. These micro particles are removed by adding alum. Alum is added here. So by adding alum, so each micro particles will become heavier particle. Heavier particle होने के बाद वो क्या हो जाता है, so that they will be settled in the water treatment tank. Okay, after adding the coagulation, coagulant add होने के बाद they have to be made bigger particle by using flocculation chamber. Flocculation chamber में initially particle was only इतना था, अभी by adding coagulant this will become bigger particle that will be transferred to the sedimentation tank. So sedimentation tank means there is one बड़ा tank रहता है, इनमें से so this water जो particle है ना, that will be settled at the bottom. Okay, settled at the bottom. So from this sedimentation that will be taken into the filtration. Okay, so there are filter beds, so that from that bed water is passed. So ऊपर का जो रहता है ना इधर का particle, so all those particles are removed from the filtration. After filtration it is disinfection. So after removing the macro particle and also micro particles, there are some impurities, those are harmful bacteria. Okay, germs will be there. So in order to remove those germs, we are adding chlorine. So this chlorine will act as germinicides. Okay, whatever harmful bacteria is there, so that will remove. In future में कोई ऐसे बैक्टीरिया पानी में ऐड हुए रहते हुए, that will take care chlorine. That's why disinfection. So here chlorination will take place. After disinfection, this entire water is stored in the storage. So where is the storage? There is a overhead tank. Okay, so this overhead tank में water store करते. Okay, so this overhead tanks we are distributing into the city. Okay, that is to the distribution. So this is the schematic diagram of the water treatment plant. Okay, how water is flowing. So initially water कहाँ पर रहते? That is in the reservoir, correct? No. So this water is there in the reservoir. Okay, reservoir. So reservoir में जो water है, that is raw water. Okay, so from the reservoir where it is taken into WTP, first part is where? कहाँ पर? Yes.
Screening.
Yes, first is screening. You have to speak me. Okay, speak with me. Screening first. Next is coagulation.
Coagulation.
Next is flocculation.
Population.
Next is
Sedimentation.
sedimentation. After sedimentation,
Filtration.
filtration. Filtration के next
Disinfection.
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 Next storage.
Storage.
Next is
Distribution.
distribution. Okay, this is the schematic diagram. All of you take down this diagram.
Yes, sir.
Take down this diagram. Okay, schematic conventional water treatment plant. Conventional water treatment plant. Conventional water treatment plant. Okay, all of you take down this one. Who is Deepali Chaudhary? रोल नंबर कितना आपका? दीपाली चौधरी 3 है क्या? आपका रोल नंबर चेंज करो ना फिर. ओके, F03 डाल के आपका जो नाम डाल दिया ना उसमें चेंज करो. रोल नंबर 12, 13. रोल नंबर 12, 13. Roll number 36. Forty. 48. Roll number 63. 63 last, no?
64.
64 last. Okay. Okay. The absent numbers 12, 13, 36, 40, 48, 63, 64. Seven numbers are absent. These are already 58 तक है. 6. Who is present? 12, 13, 36, 40, 48, 63, 64 are absent. Here 56. Have you taken? Who is Shivakumar Bhosle? Shivakumar Bhosle. Yes. Unmute until. हाँ, आपका नंबर कितना? हाँ, शिवकुमार, आपका नंबर कितना है?
13.
13.
हाँ यस सर.
शिवकुमार भोसले, दो मोबाइल से कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं क्या आप?
नहीं सर, इधर जरा नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम है.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, ऐसे क्या? ओके ओके, वही और एक नंबर आया था ना, इसके लिए मैंने देखा. ओके, हैव यू रिटन ऑल ऑफ यू? Just take the screenshot. One question I wanted to ask. What is this sludge? So in the screening stage, there is a sludge. In the sedimentation, there is a sludge. In the filtration, there is a sludge. What is this sludge? Can anybody? So after screening, so which material you are removing? Microparticle or macroparticle? No audible? Macro particle. Okay, macro means large particle. Okay, larger size particle. So those whatever you are okay, so there is a screening tank like this. Okay, water is passing through this screening tank. Water is passing, so uske pass hone ke baad, in case if there is a wooden piece, okay, if there is any wooden piece, okay, or stone, anything you are removing, no, so this removed particles is called as sludge. The particle which is removed from the water is called as sludge. Okay, see after sedimentation, इधर कौन सा particle है? Micro particle. Okay, micro particle, एक एक particle ऐसे वो क्या होता है, एक बड़ा sludge हो गया. Okay, that is nothing but sludge. After filtration, okay, filtration करने के बाद जो ऊपर जो मिलते हैं ना waste particle, that is called as sludge. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the non or it is sludge means it is a non-usable particle. Okay, it is removed particle from the water. Okay, next. So this is the flow diagram of the water treatment plant. Initially, the water is taken from the source, lake or reservoir or dam. lake, it may be lake, it may be river, or it may be reservoir. This is a dam. Okay, is it visible with full screen?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so from the reservoir से कहाँ तक लेकर आते हैं हम? First, that is first screening. Screening से बाद there is a aeration tank. Okay, so after screening, after removing the larger particle, that water is pumped. Okay, so think that there is a screening. इधर से screening होने के बाद, okay, यहाँ पर एक pipeline रहता है. Okay, treatment plant पे इधर से pipeline से ऐसे water, okay, ऐसे आते हैं. There is again one tank here. So इधर कैसे क्या करते हैं? Water is sprinkled like this. Okay, water is sprinkled like this. It means aeration is done. Whenever, see in this figure, it is visible, no? Is it visible in the aeration tank? Here, okay, water is
Yes, sir.
sprinkling. It means whenever the water is having any unobjectional odor, okay, so in order to remove that one, the water is sprinkled to the air, so that the dissolved oxygen is going to increase. Okay, so water is brought in contact with oxygen, air, so that unobjectionable odor is removed and oxygen is entered into the water, so that water will become pure. Okay, so bad odor is removed and water will get oxygenated. Okay, that is in aeration tank. After aeration, it is brought to the coagulation. Here there is alum is added. Alum means it is coagulant. It will make particle to the gelatinous. Okay, so all the particles, microparticles are clubbed and they are removed. Aeration tank. Okay, coagulation. So after adding alum add करने के बाद flocculation and clariflocculation is there. So here alum mix होने के बाद that water is stirred well. Okay, flocculation and clariflocculation is brought. We will discuss all these points. Okay, just you should see what are the steps. First is aeration, first is screening, next is aeration, coagulation, flocculation and clariflocculation. Then either होने के बाद sedimentation. So sedimentation में microparticles are removed. So after sedimentation, water is brought to the filtration. Okay, filters is removed. Then after filtration, there is a disinfection. Means we are adding chlorine gas, chlorine to the water. After disinfection, the water is stored in the storage tank. Okay, storage tank, or it is called as OT. OT is overhead tank. Okay, from this storage tank, there is a pipeline connection. So this pipeline connection to, there is a distribution to the community or to the city. So this is entire treatment of water. Okay, steps. First one is from the lake. Lake से कहाँ तक लेके आते? Screening tank. So screening to, it is aeration. Okay, aeration से coagulation. So actually initially it is brought to the aeration only. From this aeration, sometimes it is gone to the coagulation, or sometimes it is to the screening. Okay, next is coagulation to flocculation and clariflocculation, sedimentation, filtration, disinfection, and your storage tank. Okay, so these are the steps used in water treatment plant. So first we should know what is intake structure. So whenever water is there in the dam, reservoir, okay, see this is a reservoir, correct? What is this one? Dam or reservoir. So from this dam to water, somewhere it is there, here is the water treatment plant. Okay, WTP is here. I need to bring this water from the dam to the WTP, correct? I want one structure. This entire structure is called intake structure. See, the function, basic function of the intake structure is to help the safely withdrawing water from the source over the predetermined pool levels, and then to discharge this water into the withdrawal conduit, normally intake, through which it flows up to the WTP. It means initially the water is in the reservoir. We need to take this water from the reservoir to WTP in a predetermined path. in a predetermined path from the structure which is called as intake structure. Are you getting what is intake structure? Intake structure is a structure which carries water from reservoir to the WTP in a predetermined path. Okay, this withdrawal of water from the source for predetermined pool levels, then to the discharge this into withdrawal of conduit, normally through the intake conduit. Intake conduit means what? Pipelines. कौन सा pipeline? Intake conduit, intake pipelines. Okay, so इधर क्या रहते हैं? इधर पूरा pipelines रहते हैं. Okay, this is the intake well or intake structure. Clear everyone?
Yes,
Intake.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So always how the water is flowing from the source to the WTP means with the help of what? Intake structure. Next, it is screening. Yes, from the intake structure to it is brought to the screening. So what is the function of this in screening? In screening, what we are doing? It is doing
Water treatment.
macro particles. See, in the screening is the first unit operation used for the water treatment plant. Screening removes objects like leaf particles, leaf trees. Okay, that is patta. Next, other floating particles that may be bricks, stones, or their wooden pieces. Okay, prevent the damage and clogging of the downstream equipment, piping and appurtenance. हमारे पास next वो flocculation screening वगैरह रहता है ना, those components should not get harmed, okay, should not get damaged. इसके लिए we are removing all the macro particles. See, there are screens, bar screens. Okay, is it visible सभी को?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so water is passed through this one. Okay, water is passed. All those particles, macro particles, okay, are removed, and again water is flowing like this. Okay, so this is how the water is screened here. Yes, roll number 58-7. Any doubt? Okay, now it's time up. We will continue in the next class. Okay, so today we have seen just what is the function of the WTP and intake structure, and we have seen screening. So how the aeration is done, how the next particles will do in the next class. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll stop here. So from tomorrow we will see individual. So today you have to, so those who have seen written the assignment, you can upload in the link. I will provide that link, and I will where in the teaching diary only I will provide. Okay, मैंने assignment 1 assignment 2 ऐसे दिया ना, यूनिट टेस्ट वगैरह, उधर ही एक लिंक प्रोवाइड करते हैं, उसमें असाइनमेंट सबमिशन लिंक बोल के. Okay, you have to submit your assignment and you have to write all these MCQs in your class notes, so that will be helpful for your exams. Okay, is it okay?
सर
Yes, tell me.
ह्या चॅप्टरच्या पण पीपीटी अपलोड करा टीचिंग डायरी मध्ये आज.
कौन सा सेकंड चैप्टर का?
हाँ सर.
सेकंड चैप्टर बहुत बड़ा है, सो मैंने क्या करते हैं वो स्प्लिट करते हैं. अभी एनवायरमेंटल पार्ट इतना ही अपलोड करते हैं, ठीक है?
Yes,
ओके
sir.
सर.
एनवायरमेंटल है, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट है, हाइड्रोलॉजी है, बहुत है. ओके, सारे अपलोड नहीं करते बिकॉज सारे देखे तो आपको भी थोड़ा ये हो जाएगा. सो आई विल अपलोड
सर,
लिटिल
फर्स्ट
बिट.
असाइनमेंट
हाँ, ओके, आई विल
असाइनमेंट मध्ये
अपलोड.
काय लिहायचंय सर?
फर्स्ट असाइनमेंट में क्या लिखने का?
हाँ,
ओके, अपना नंबर कितना है? रोल नंबर